Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. 75 degrees and a little bit of breeze in the forecast as well. It is a perfect day here turning tonight. Of course, we have 2 games for you on the slate here in Group F on this Wednesday. First up, though, Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. And, of course, the winner of this game will be moving on to the knockout stage. Both teams 0-2 so far through 2 games. Both teams losing their respective matches against the United States and Canada, who play later on tonight. And, of course, the winner of that one will top this Group F. But so far in this competition, Trinidad and Tobago, they have put up a good fight in both of their matches thus far. It was a 3-2 loss against Canada in the opening game of the competition. They trailed 2-0 and 3-1 in that match. They got it back to a 2-goal deficit twice, but in the end, not able to get the job done as they lose that first game. Next up then was the United States. They fell behind 3-0 before scoring a late consolation goal against the U.S. As for Barbados, they have not scored yet in this competition. They have been outscored 7-0, but they come into today with a chance to advance. That's all you can ask for. If there is a draw between these 2 teams, it will be Trinidad and Tobago that advances on to the knockout stages based on the tiebreakers, which is goal difference. And, of course, it's -3 for Trinidad and Tobago, and it is -7 for Barbados. So a lot to play for here today. As the teams are starting to make their way out onto the field, we'll step aside, we'll hear the anthems of both nations, and we'll get you set with lineups leading up to first kick.
Damas y caballeros, démosle la bienvenida a los equipos nacionales de Trinidad y Tobago y Barbados para el partido de esta tarde del campeonato sub-17 de Concacaf 2023. Damas y caballeros, por favor de pie. A continuación, los himnos nacionales de Trinidad y Tobago, seguidamente el de Barbados.
Getting you set for first kick this afternoon from Antigua, Guatemala and Estadio Pensativo. It's Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. For one of these teams, this is the last game of the competition. The other will be moving on to the knockout stage. So plenty on the line here today. A win or a draw will do for Trinidad and Tobago. And this is the 11 for Sean Cooper that features 4 changes. It also features Rio Cardenas. The Crystal Palace product is back in the starting 11 after the red card suspension last time out against Canada. It also features Williams, Cato, and Wilson returning to the starting 11, while Duncan, Lamsey, Garcia, and Chavez all move to the bench. This Trinidad and Tobago side has been very competitive in their 2 previous games, and they're hoping that carries over here today. As we take a look at our officials, Adonis Carrasco of the Dominican Republic will be the man in the middle. Christian Alvarado and Victor Ramirez, the 2 ARs, and Victor Cáceres of Mexico is today's 4th official. And of course, the 2 captains, Josiah Ochoa of Trinidad and Tobago, Warren Trotman of Barbados. He has started all 3 games for Barbados. One more photo op for the captains and the officials before we get things underway. And a chance now to look at the starting 11 for Fabian Messiah, the head man for Barbados. It also features 4 changes. They switch gills. It's Ephraim out of the lineup. It's Christian into the lineup. It will also be Rivaldo Messiah, who comes back into the starting 11. He started the first game. Overall, it is 4 changes for Barbados as they look for their first goal in this competition here in 2023. So that gets us set for first kick. These teams have met 4 times previously. It's 3 wins and a draw. Those 3 wins going the way of Trinidad and Tobago. Barbados has only scored 1 goal. And of course, it came in that 1-1 draw. That was all the way back in 2007, but the last time these 2 teams played was in 2015 in qualification. So that just about gets us set for first kick here today. Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. A win for either side, they advance on to the knockout stage. If it is a draw, it is Trinidad and Tobago that will be moving on as we are underway this afternoon from Antigua, Guatemala and Estadio Pensativo. First of 2 here today as the United States and Canada will close out the group stage later on tonight here in Group F. And in Guatemala City, it's Group E that finishes up this afternoon as well. Those groups G and H taken to the field yesterday. Quick whistle and a foul. Free kick going the way of Barbados. Even if they can't grab the full 3 points, Barbados is trying to find some progress here in this final group stage match. I'm sure they would love to have something to celebrate in terms of getting a goal. It was never going to be easy against the United States or Canada. This was probably always the game they were going to have circled, trying to just get something out of it. But as for Sean Cooper and Trinidad and Tobago, their 15th appearance in this competition. They have the runners-up all the way back in 1983, but they did reach the quarterfinal stage in 2011 and 2013, which led to their 2 World Cup appearances. Just getting into the knockout stage, of course, that is a big sign of progress in itself. And maybe a chance to move on from there. Millington trying to play this through the middle. Chance coming, Messiah goes down. An early shout for penalty. The referee was right on it and waves it away. It's much better from Barbados, though, to start. Slide this in again. Messiah on the turn, and it's an early corner kick coming for Barbados. Plenty to play for here today. This Trinidad and Tobago side has mostly played in a low block in their previous two matchups against the United States and Canada, and look to play out in transition. We'll see if that's a similar tactic they try to use here today. Comes the corner kick, bouncing in. It's blocked down by Ochoa, and now cleared away. Again, it comes centrally. Messiah looking for something there. Now, quick ball through the middle, but it's blocked down once more. This just running out of room as Shamari Harewood was chasing it down.
Hey, hey, wake up! Hello! Wake up! Wake up!
There's a look at Fabian Messiah trying to get something out of this tournament for Barbados. They only have 2 draws all time and just their 4th appearance in this competition. And of course, that means no appearances at the World Cup. And unfortunately for Barbados, they were in the same group as the United States and Canada in 2019. So they have gone through a similar trajectory as a couple of years ago, where they lost those 2 games against the United States and Canada and try to find something out of that last game. But we'll see if they can do so this time around. Dancing on the ball, Banton just able to get this away. Here's Jordan. Johnny Payne cuts it infield. Jordan looking for that ball down the line, running out of real estate for a throw-in. There's Cardenas, and he's taken off the ball. As this will run all the way through for Island Panton in goal today. You see Cardenas, number 7, committed a red card infraction in the opening 20 minutes of that game against Canada on Saturday. There was a floated ball into the box. I'm not sure he knew whether the goalkeeper was going to come to claim it, but he batted it away with his arm. It was a deliberate handball. And right after that, there was a ball saved off the line, but obviously you can't just bat the ball with your hand in the box and expect to get away with it. Cardenas didn't, and he was sent off. Now back in the starting 11 here today, and hoping that he has at least one more game to play after today. Trinidad and Tobago able to win this back, and now here they come into the attack. Cardenas running through the middle. This is headed just out of his path, and there was Messiah tracking back to clear it away. There is an injured player there for Trinidad and Tobago, and play will be stopped here. Another look at it here. Just getting tangled up. Lindell Sween is the one who's down. He scored a sweet free kick against Canada on Saturday. They've been very competitive in these opening 2 matches, Trinidad and Tobago. But all of their best finishes at this competition, even their runners-up in 1983, came when they hosted the competition. They hosted it in 1983, 88, and 91. And Williams will put this back in play. Barbados on the move. This one, though, will be covered up. This play by Joshua Figaro. It's blocked down and out of play. Looks like last off Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, the team that advances out of this game will be the 3rd place team in Group F. The 3rd place team from Group F plays the runner-up from Group H. Chance in here for Barbados, but able to get this away. This will go all the way back now to Jure Malcolm in goal. He's been a very busy goalkeeper in those opening 2 games. Barbados trying to weave their way through here. This runs through for Panton again. Three goals at this competition for Trinidad and Tobago, and 3 different goal scorers. Lindell Sween and Malachi Webb scored the 2 goals against Canada. It was Daryl Garcia who got the lone goal against the United States last time out. Caruth play a ball through and just not on the same page as Jeremiah Cateau. Sween. Come forward again, and a big challenge there put in by James Moore. Barbados can look upfield. Messiah, the quick ball right through the middle. Millington making the run. Just able to hold on to that. The top of his area was Panton in goal for Trinidad and Tobago. It's been an up and down opening 10 minutes. Easy on the eye. Trying to play through the lines, off the mark. All the way back to Malcolm in goal. Greaves. More of a hopeful effort than anything, as that runs out of play as well. Bounces out of play once again. Barbados came into this competition 0-5-2 all time, 5 losses, 2 draws. They'd only ever scored 5 goals at this competition in the past, and no players ever scored multiple goals. They have 5 different goal scorers. And hoping to add to that total here today. team out of the 4th pot when they went to draw the groups. It would be a bit of an upset, at least on paper, for this Barbados team to advance. They've never advanced out of the group stage before. As we keep saying, everything is right there in front of them. A big opportunity here today, and they've started strong. Remember, Barbados does have to score today. The draw will not get it done. They will go out on goal difference. Played over the top, and a big defensive effort there at the last moment by Jaden Williams. And maybe a counter-attacking opportunity now for Trinidad and Tobago. Trying to work it down the left. This one knocked out of play once more. Another foul on the far side. This time a free kick for Trinidad and Tobago. Jordan committing that foul. Sean Cooper looking on. And maybe an early opportunity to get on the board. Cardenas will stand over this.
Attack this, Johnny. Keeper, you ready? You got this. 19-16.
Cardenas strides up. The in-swinger. Good depth on this one. Headed towards Malcolm. He was just able to keep that in play. And Barbados avoids the threat. Now a quick ball over the top for Harewood to chase after. He'll keep this alive. Now turned over. Sween trying to get it back, but that was closed down. And now right through the middle. Is there an opportunity here for Barbados? There is not. It's about 1 on 5 in that sequence for Barbados, and not able to get a shot away. And now quickly back the other way. Back heel looking for Cardenas. Nifty move there by Tyrell Moore. Didn't quite come off. Now a good challenge put in the middle, but it's turned over. Sween couldn't keep it. Greaves will chase this down. Barbados come forward again. They come all the way through. Harewood just lost down at the last moment again. Cardenas didn't keep that in play. Pass off the mark, and Panton goes all the way back to collect. A little bit of pressure, back to Malcolm. Cardenas goes to ground. Looks like the foul will, or pardon me, that just went out of play. Throwing back to Trinidad and Tobago. Curious to see what Cardenas can provide for this Trinidad and Tobago team. As we mentioned, an early red card, so he's only played about 20 minutes. Some contact there. The referee, though, will bring this back to the initial contact. And another free kick coming for Trinidad and Tobago. Good decision there from the referee. That was the foul, and then as he was already going down, his momentum carried him into the box. of course, bring that back to where it originally started. And a free kick that Cardenas will stand over again. Cardenas ready to serve. Another in-swinger. This time it's headed towards goal and over the bar. A great opportunity for Lyshawn Morris. Made good contact with that cross, and it was a tasty ball coming in. Didn't look like it was a clean header, looking at that on second glance. Cut out again by Figaro. Barbados right back on it. And you wonder, going back to that Cardenas free kick, that would have found its way in even without a touch. Head that along. Some contact there from behind. Trinidad and Tobago get back on it. Another long ball over the top. Malcolm end up getting there for Barbados. Defensive play by Johnny Banton as well. Lone player that plays outside of the country of Barbados. He plays in Jamaica. Another lofted ball forward. Cardenas dancing on the ball, showing his skill. Getting to the end line and earning a corner kick for Trinidad and Tobago. It's their first of the game. Sween and Cardenas stand around it. Sween will get it right back from Cardenas. Now the in-swinger headed right into the air. Malcolm is there to collect. And a quick distribution as well. Here's Harewood. Going in all himself here. Too many white shirts back. Now blocked down and out of play. Williams finding space on the near side for Aiden Carruth. Space was closed quickly by Christian Gill. Again cleared away, all the way downfield. Chance to turn this over again. Barbados get on it. And this a foul. Good persistence there from Barbados, able to win that in a good area. Rivaldo Messiah able to earn a free kick now for Barbados. Another look here. Now set piece. Messiah will go for goal, and it's just over the bar. Good goalkeeping in the end by Panton, as he was able to see that fly just over the bar. It wasn't too far away, at least in the attempt trying to force a save out of the goalkeeper. Trying to flick this along now. Cato for Cardenas. Cuts it in. Appeal for handball, but proximity there. Ball is bouncing around too quickly. Barbados not making it easy for Trinidad and Tobago to find shooting opportunities. There haven't been many shooting opportunities in general, just one recorded shot has come for Trinidad and Tobago. And then, of course, the one for Barbados off the set piece. Aside from that, nothing doing. Referee says play on after that contact. Now the cross, stood up to the back post, too much on it. Cardenas lofting this forward, trying to play it off the chest. Again, good defending as this is put out for a corner kick. Tyrell Moore was there for Trinidad and Tobago. And they'll have another corner kick here. I'll play this in short. Cardenas trying to get around the corner. They'll do it again. Or not. It's out for a goal kick. Cardenas may have dribbled that out of play. Trinidad and Tobago on the move again. They're starting to grow into this game now. And space on the far side. Is this the moment for Barbados? Harewood couldn't poke it by the goalkeeper. Pantone off his line, able to make a big stop. That was almost it for Barbados. Now maybe Barbados wanting to play a little bit like Trinidad and Tobago has played in previous games. Sit back, defend, and trying to counter They do have the front players that look like they are willing to get out and run. This ball's touched eventually out of play. Another look at this opportunity. Everybody on side. Great ball through. Harewood, that last touch was just too far out in front of him, and he couldn't get the shot away that he was hoping for. Again, this cleared away.
Next side. No, no, no.
In the middle again for Messiah. Now the width on the right. Harewood. Cateau trying to return it. Now going down. Another appeal for penalty. Referee wasn't having any of it. Chance for Moore to chase this down, and it's touched out of play in the end by Trotman. Cardenas trying to get this back. Again, persistent defending by Barbados, and eventually the whistle will stop play. Down the right once again. Cross coming forward. This stabbed away, and it would be a throw-in or a corner all the way on the far side. Put this in quickly. Now out of play, and back to Trinidad and Tobago. Whistle will send it that way anyway. Past the half-hour mark, both teams have had their opportunities. Plenty on the line for both of these sides. Who will find that breakthrough first? This is going to be a foul against Barbados. Johnny Banton just a bit too physical with Tyrell Moore. And now Cardenas will stand over this again. He's been dangerous over these set piece opportunities. Trying to float this one in. Headed back centrally, chances there, trying to clear this away. Still through traffic. Another opportunity, it's saved by Malcolm and cleared. Just a massive humanity inside the 18-yard box. And eventually it's knocked away, and Barbados survive. Pretty much everybody on the field inside of about a 5-yard space. In the end, that was the best opportunity, and was actually stopped by his own player. Hard to see there through all the traffic, but it looked like Jeremiah Cateau actually stopped that shot. from Tyrell Moore and tried to shoot himself. But at that point, Malcolm was able to recover. And now Harewood on the chase. Harewood trying to split the double team, and it's cleared away. Another whistle as Johnny Payne finds himself on the ground. Long free kick. This one swung in. In the end, Panton able to get on it. Another whistle and a foul against Trinidad and Tobago. And now almost a breakaway right off that free kick. But Malcolm was alert to it, and maybe now a chance for Barbados. Messiah. Switch the point of attack there for the run of Kiaros Greaves, and just overcooked it. Space for Figaro as he plays this back to Panton. Lofted ball forward. Big switch, looking for Cardenas. It'll fall for him. Rio Cardenas saved, spilled, but it's put wide. And that was a last-ditch defensive effort by Warren Trotman. Rio Cardenas really starting to grow into this game, and you can see the talent in this youngster, no doubt about it. And Malcolm might want that back. See if he could maybe catch that next time. Now the corner kick lasered in and quickly cleared for a throw. Figaro. Caruth playing this in. And right now, Trinidad and Tobago just trying to keep the pressure on Barbados. They have them pinned in right now. Almost everybody back behind the ball here for Barbados. Still, there's an avenue through. Cateau has that blocked down. Lead forward once again, all the way to the end line. This does stay in play at the end of the threat for Barbados. Barbados getting into good positions right now. It's just that final product. No doubt Trinidad and Tobago has been closest to finding the breakthrough. When will that come? Millington has to move this out wide. A bit of contact there. Still a chance here. The shot, it's in! Barbados scores their first of the tournament. Shamari Harewood, the breakthrough for Barbados. And they lead 1-0.
Right in front of me, bro.
What a strike, and what a goal. Barbados lead 1-0. It's their first lead at this tournament. It's their first goal at this tournament. It bounced right in front of Panton, and he couldn't keep it out in the end. The appeal for the foul there by Shea Millington, but it was all jubilation after that. And Harewood has scored just the 6th goal all time at this tournament for Barbados. This is their 4th appearance here in the competition. And finally, they have something to celebrate, and what a moment that is for Barbados. Feel-good story, there's no doubt about it, but they want more. Millington didn't quite get to him. They earned one of their 2 draws, Barbados, last time in 2019. It was a 1-1 draw against Guatemala. They scored in that one, and then they scored, of course, in the game against the United States. They lost 6-1. They never led in that tournament a year ago, or pardon me, 4 years ago. This is their first lead in quite some time. Anton, you know that he's thinking, oh, I should do better there. Not quite meant to be. It's just the 2nd time that Barbados has ever held a lead in this competition. The other time they led was when they scored the opening goal against Honduras. That was in their opening match in 2011, the first time they'd ever participated in this competition. Scored an early goal in the 15th minute, held on that lead for about 50 minutes before losing 2-1. Hoping this doesn't follow a similar script. But what a story this would be if Barbados can pull this off. And right now, a real opportunity for Barbados. Still a long way to go. All 3 goals that Trinidad and Tobago have scored in this tournament have come in the 2nd half. 67th minute and the 81st minute against Canada, and the 78th minute against the United States, as U.S. raced out to a 3-0 lead inside of 25 minutes. It was on Monday.
Hey, right here, Johnny, come, right there.
Long throw in. Trinidad and Tobago get this away. Come through again. Another big collision. Another challenge put in as well by Figaro. Leads a Barbados player down on the field, but play continues on. About 3 minutes to go until halftime. Here's Cardenas. Cardenas trying to weave through. Falls kindly for him. Now the cross just behind his intended target, and the goal scorer Harewood gets this away. Millington. Again, it's Lindell Sween who is down. Now to get right back to his feet. It was Messiah who went down on the other end, but it looked to be a clean challenge put in by Joshua Figaro. Cardenas once again. Cardenas, the in-swinger, it's right at Malcolm, and he holds on to it. A heck of a catch there by Jire Malcolm in goal. Cardenas had some pace and power behind that shot. It was moving, but Malcolm able to squeeze it. On the turn, it's Harewood, centering feed, and the shot out of play. Kiaros Greaves was making that run out of midfield. He couldn't keep the shot on frame. Out of play once again. Throw into Barbados. I have to feel pretty good about this opening 45 minutes. They're just about halfway to advancing on as we get into 1 minute of stoppage time. Shamari Harewood, who has scored a fairly significant goal for Barbados. There's time for another. Too much pressure and a foul. Goes against Shea Millington. More opportunity in this half for Trinidad and Tobago. That's a foul. And a free kick upcoming. But the referee says no more time as we have reached halftime. Well, what a development do we have here in Antigua, Guatemala. Last game of the group stage. And Trinidad and Tobago, right now, they trail at halftime. Barbados scores their first goal of this competition. And at halftime, it's Trinidad and Tobago 0, Barbados 1. Back here at Estadio Pensativo in Antigua, Guatemala. Group F action at the 2023 Concacaf Under-17 Championship. It is Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados, and it is Barbados that leads by 1-0 as we get set to start this second half. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. Last game of the group stage and the last game of this tournament for one of these teams. The other, though, will be progressing on to the knockout stage. And right now, that team would be Barbados. But Trinidad and Tobago has been a second half team. All three of their goals have come in the second 45 minutes during this tournament. There's the whistle, and here we go for 45 more minutes. That's all that's left in this tournament for one of these teams. Will it be Trinidad and Tobago moving on to the knockout stage, or will it be Barbados trying to win their first ever game at this competition? Here's Moore. His pass was off the mark. Well, this has been about as even as you could slice it so far. Maybe in Messiah has had to be pleased with what his team has been able to do. But now it's all about finishing as Lindell Sween commits the foul. As for Trinidad and Tobago, what does this second half look like for them? They've had good opportunities in this game. They've not been able to beat Jire Malcolm. So where do we go from here? Lofted forward again. Moore got his head to it. Trinidad and Tobago wins out. Connection with Trinidad and Tobago just seems to be lacking at the moment. One of the top performers, though, no doubt about it, in that first half had to be Rio Cardenas. He was consistent down the right side, and that's where he starts this second half as well, now on the far side. As the sun begins to set here in Antigua, will fully be in effect for our final game of the night, which is the United States versus Canada. Big game between two of the powers of CONCACAF. Mexico is in action currently against Panama as well. They are the four-time defending champions of this competition. Sliding this through. Put the brakes on. Moore weaving through. Still Moore. Shake of the hips, and finally it's cleared away. Long throw incoming. Oh, another in-swinger. Is that a handball? Referee had a good look at it, and he said nothing. Play on. Now this runs out of play. Is this a handball? It's tough to say. It was right down on his side, but proximity. Did he really have a chance to get his hand out of the way? Definitely a close decision, though, when Trinidad and Tobago probably does have an argument there. Here's Moore. Play that through the middle and block down. There's Harewood, the goal scorer for Barbados in the first 45 minutes. He's been sprung free a few times. Every moment there as Malcolm tried to clear it away. It's deflected out for a throw-in. First 5 minutes of this second half have come and gone. On the turn, here's the shot. It was dipping by Lindell Sween, but started off just too tall. And again, out of play. Played forward once again. Trying to cut this one back. Eventually it's put out of play. Long throw in. Still not cleared. Sween got his head to it. Feel like Sween will be amongst the good candidates to get a goal for Trinidad and Tobago if they are to find the back of the net today. One goal for him so far in this competition. This might be another good candidate in Cardenas. It's a throw into Barbados. This one bounces once, taken on the first time, and Millington just couldn't get enough power behind the shot. Another good chance here for Barbados. Trinidad and Tobago, the way that they like to play is out in transition. They haven't had too many of those transition opportunities today. They'll find some open field here. Figaro for Williams. Gonna get this out wide and now turn the corner. Centering feed for Sween and a good challenge put in. Barbados able to get this away. This is taken away. And then a foul from behind. And Barbados can maybe take a few seconds to put this back in play. Instead, they go very quickly. Millington. Just have that sense that Barbados isn't Air of confidence about them in this game. Able to get that goal. They've had other opportunities. And they have had Trinidad and Tobago on their heels all afternoon. Harewood to fire that across the 18-yard box. Now this is headed back. Last touch by Dominic Wilson. Moore lofting this forward, again headed out of play. Just a bit too heavy of a touch, out for a goal kick. Where will those chances start to come from for Trinidad and Tobago? Still plenty of time left to go. You don't feel like they want to leave this late. See the sense of urgency from Tyrell Moore, wanting Island Pantone to get on with things here. This is headed forward. Sween trying to turn the corner, challenge put in. Sween gets back to his feet. Sween's cross, and this one just in the side netting. It's some English on that, but out for a corner kick. Barbados lived to see another day at 1-0. May have been a foul, but Sween was happy to just continue on his feet. That was curling towards goal. And Malcolm was nowhere to be seen. Cardenas now. Space on the far side. Barbados trying to get this away. Can't quite do so. Is there a shooting opportunity coming? Well, there it is, but Josiah Ochoa wasn't close to finding that equalizer. Foul, that will go against Jeremiah Cateau. Sween for Trinidad and Tobago. Evades one defender, now tries to slip this in behind. Wilson cutting in field and cleared away. Big defensive clearance by a Johnny Payne for Barbados. Wilson able to get in behind, then the nutmeg on the captain Trotman. But in the end, just out for another corner kick. Cardenas is there again. Lifting this to the backside, too much on it. And this is eventually put out for a goal kick. It's turned over. Sween, crossfield ball for Cardenas. Cardenas trying to do it himself. All the way to the far side. Able to hop over a challenge. Quick passing here from Trinidad and Tobago takes them all the way to the end line. And weave through again. Barbados can put this out for a throw-in. And a substitution coming for Barbados. Ronan Lee will be coming on to replace Kiaros Greaves. First sub of the game for either side. Caruth. Headed out of play, corner kick upcoming. Sween, the in-swinger. Barbados able to head this away. Williams puts it right back in the mixer. Sween keeps it alive. We're out of play for a throw-in. Trinidad and Tobago maybe starting to sense the momentum has shifted in this game. That just put straight out of play. I'm not sure what he was thinking there with the pass. Joshua Figaro. As we reach the hour mark, Barbados just a little bit closer. Maybe some frustration setting in for Trinidad and Tobago as this is turned over off the throw. A foul, free kick to Trinidad and Tobago. And Cardenas, I'm sure, will want this once more. Instead, they'll go to Lindell Sween. They want the in-swinger. Just a little push in the back, that was enough. Here it comes, that header. Oh, and a big collision in front. Maybe they just avoided each other. But it was Cateau that threw himself at that ball. Just a little nick there as Malcolm is down. Another good ball in from those dead ball situations. And Malcolm will need to be looked at here. Malcolm back to his feet. Some words of wisdom from the manager to the captain. It's turned over and this slipped in behind. And once more, another big defensive effort from Warren Trotman. On Lee just onto the field, couldn't keep that in play. Barbados not quite converting or capitalizing on the opportunities that they had in the first half, as now a substitution will come. Jeremiah Cateau will be coming off. It's Michael Chavez who will come on. That's the first sub of the game for Trinidad and Tobago. It will be Kobe Burgess coming on to replace Jay Millington. And he wanted to go all the way across the field. Referee said no. Second sub of the game for Barbados. Caruth. Cardenas. Ochoa. This cross headed away. James Moore came to meet it. It's turned over. Good ball in, and just too far out in front for Cardenas. Great idea from Dominic Wilson. I just couldn't connect with his counterpart on the right side. "25 minutes to go. The countdown is on for Barbados. Still a long way to go. They are inching closer to a historic win today. Can they find some of those opportunities that came their way in the first half? Play it right through the middle again. Failed clearance. Trotman, heavy touch. It's out for a corner kick. Trinidad Tobago on the prowl once again. The in-swinger all the way to the backside. This will bounce out for a goal kick. Another substitute preparing. Only one substitution window left for Barbados. Fabian Messiah can make 3 more subs if he so chooses. And they can take their time once again here. Lofted forward, Messiah on the chase. A good defensive play in the end by Figaro. First half we saw Harewood sprung down this right side into open space plenty, but just has not been able to do quite the same here in the second half. They'd love to get him on the ball just a little bit more. Malcolm just does get this away. Trinidad Tobago have done a good job limiting those transition moments from Barbados. Figaro off the mark. Looking for Dominic Wilson down the left, the Nashville FC product. This one floated forward. The initial header won by Barbados, but Trinidad and Tobago on it again. Cardenas, the cross, blocked away. Another throw in for Trinidad and Tobago. Sween blocked off the ball. Messiah really the only outlet man who's standing at midfield for Barbados. Slipped in behind and too far for Cardenas. Out for a goal kick. 20 minutes to go. And maybe more reinforcements on the way for Trinidad and Tobago. On the turn, Moore plays it out wide. Chavez for Cardenas. Here's Moore again. And finally, the whistle comes to stop play. Foul against Trinidad and Tobago. And the substitutions coming now for Trinidad and Tobago. The first one will be Daryl Garcia replacing Aiden Carruth. And it will also be Malachi Webb to replace Tyrell Moore. Webb, a goal scorer in this competition. Scored in the first game against Canada. Also came off the bench in that game to do so. All the way downfield. Barbados trying to win the second ball. They did initially, but couldn't keep it. Sween over the top. End of the way by James Moore. Another foul. Sean Cooper going to his bench for 2 goal scores. Garcia and Webb. We'll see if they can recreate some of that magic they found in this tournament. Remember, all they need is 1 goal to advance. Trinidad and Tobago has the advantage on goal difference coming into today. So a draw and they are through. Has to be 3 points for Barbados. Away into the corner, and eventually it's a foul. Not the worst place to commit a foul, all the way in that corner. Garcia lays it off for Sween. Another big defensive intervention, that time by a Johnny Banton. Harewood or Messiah. Harewood will get this back on the near touchline. Harewood comes in field. It's a whistle and a foul. Free kick to Barbados. There is the goal scorer, Shamari Harewood. James Moore looks like is the one to stand over this. Is there a second goal in the cards here for Barbados? To the back post. Still a chance in there. Harewood a swing and a miss. It's still available, and it's put out of play. It was James Moore in the end who couldn't put it on frame. And now Trinidad and Tobago on the move. Played forward, it's Chavez. Gonna go all the way to the end line. What's the decision here? It's going to be a goal kick. And we have 15 minutes to go. Looks like a player down here. That's a Johnny Banton. Maybe just cramps at this moment. Another foul, free kick to Barbados. Substitution coming now for Barbados, and this will be the last sub of the game. Christian Gill will be coming off. Ephraim Gill will be coming on. So the third and final sub of the game for Barbados. Played forward and straight out of play. Barbados hold Trinidad and Tobago out for the final 13 minutes. It's going to be the slowest 13+ minutes for Barbados. Well, might go maybe a little bit too fast for Trinidad and Tobago the longer they can't find an equalizer. This is turned over, Messiah. Whistle and a foul. This goes against Barbados. Cardenas. See him at that last moment, his eyes looked up and he said, "I'll take this myself." Nowhere near Malcolm in goal. Sean Cooper said coming into this competition that this team has a lot of potential. He thought they were learning as the time went along. Right now, they need to find a goal, and very quickly. Cardenas crossing this into the back post, and the header goes just wide. Dominic Wilson was up for it and not able to find the finishing touch. Gill couldn't get his head on it, and it was all Wilson. Not meant to be there. Canis' header falls for Harewood. Can he turn the corner? He can't. Ochoa. Cardenas moves it out wide. Quick give and go. Is this the opportunity? Just wide. What a chance that was for Trinidad and Tobago. 10 minutes to go and the search for the equalizer continues. Daryl Garcia, great give and go with Michael Chavez. But the shot was just wide of the far post. Again, it's turned over. Messiah, though, couldn't keep it. Chavez. Cardenas lifting this in. It falls for Sween. Lindell. Sween scores! There's the moment for Trinidad and Tobago. And look what it means to Trinidad and Tobago as the celebration is on. They don't need the 3 points, but they just needed that equalizer. They aren't to the finish line yet, but that is a big marker on the search for a spot in the knockout stages. Sween able to get it onto his favorite left foot. Found the space and put it back across the frame of goal. A sweet strike. And Barbados, they're the team that will now need to find a goal here in these final 8 minutes. All of a sudden, Trinidad and Tobago, it took them 80+ minutes to find a goal, and now all of a sudden, it's Barbados that has to go back on the offensive here. They have got to find a goal to advance. A draw means Trinidad and Tobago is through. Good touch there by Gill. It's a throw into Barbados. Was right there on it. Gill, cut off by Wilson. Trinidad and Tobago trying to get this out. A foul and a set piece for Barbados. Not what Trinidad and Tobago wants to do here. Now a chance to put a ball into the box and try to test Ilan Panton in goal. Kobe Burgess who stands over the set piece. Can Barbados get back into this? Curling it in, bicycle kick attempt, but in the end saved by Panton. Not a connection on it, but not able to beat Panton. Trinidad and Tobago's really pushing for that equalizer, as of course they had to. But now it's Barbados that needs to find something. They have to force the issue. All the way back to Malcolm, who distributes upfield. Sween, the goal scorer today for Trinidad and Tobago. Shamari Harewood got the scoring started in the first half for Barbados. Just the 6th goal that they had ever scored at this competition. Here comes the throw-in. This bounces out of play. Thrown that's intercepted. And now played right through the middle. Can Trinidad and Tobago put this away? It's saved, trickling towards the line and then cleared. Big defensive play. Again, Jerry Malcolm came up big. Just the fingertips. Here comes the corner. It's immediately headed away. Again, it's headed back across and just wide. Pretty much 2 balls from the same spot coming in. And now Barbados has to look upfield quickly. Wasn't far away from a decisive blow to Barbados. Now Harewood. Will this be a throw-in on the far side? It will, but Trinidad and Tobago try to take it. That's definitely Barbados' throw. Gonna work it infield. Here comes the shot. One bounce and into the arms of Ilan Penton. And now not much time left. In the back there. Referee says maybe went over a bit too easy, but a throw in at Trinidad and Tobago as they will take their time here, and so will Dominic Wilson. Substitutions forthcoming here for Trinidad and Tobago. Armani Rowe, Jeremiah Niles will be coming on. The goal scorer, Lindell Sween, will make way. And what a massive goal that could end up being for Trinidad and Tobago. And it'll be Dominic Wilson also coming off. Subs exhausted on both sides. And we'll see what the number for stoppage time is at the end of this 90 minutes. Three minutes. This would be just the third ever draw in this competition. For Barbados. Of course, one of those draws was against Trinidad and Tobago in 2007. That was in the qualifications, though. Turning the corner, and Trinidad and Tobago put this away. That ball stayed in play, and now able to clear it out. Barbados fighting until the end, and now Messiah getting into the face of Jaden Williams. Was some contact between those two players. Trinidad and Tobago can be all smiles at the moment. I'm going to say that foul went against Barbados. At least went out of play, so it's a throw-in for Trinidad and Tobago. As Barbados trying to throw one more attack forward. They have to get the ball to do so. This cross out of play. Cut it back centrally. A foul and a free kick. That might just about do it. Barbados running out of time. Well, how much longer will the referee let this go on? Garcia will stand over this. We've reached the minimum of 3 minutes. Garcia goes for goal, and it's a good save by Malcolm, but it's pushed into the corner. And there is the final whistle. Well, Barbados put up a big fight, but in the end, Trinidad and Tobago do what they need to do. They get the draw that will put them through to the knockout stage on goal difference. This was not an easy one for Trinidad and Tobago, and they left it late in 82nd minute. Equalizer from Lindell Sween is the difference. It cancels out Shamari Harewood's goal in the 38th minute. Heartbreak for Barbados, but Trinidad and Tobago able to move on. It finishes here from Antigua. Trinidad and Tobago 1, Barbados 1.
Lindell Swain from Trinidad and Tobago. Lindell, amazing game today. Your team continued searching for that goal, and you were able to equalize the game with your goal. How does that feel?
It feels great to score a goal for my country in such a big moment. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
What would you say are some of the greatest challenges your team has faced throughout this tournament?
We faced